are busy trying to build ourselves up, God speaks. Not for your sake will I act, O house of Israel, but for the sake of my holy name, which you have caused to be profaned among the nations to which you have come. I think the way we profane the name is by assuming that we somehow have a claim on God, and this passage refutes that. Our prayers are not opportunities to grab God like a child who won't listen and lay down what we think the law should be. The image itself is preposterous, but it's how many of us approach God. The Lion of Judah is not, to paraphrase C.S. Lewis, a tame lion. So God tells us that we are going to be restored from our exile, brought into Jerusalem from the wilderness, but God makes a point that we are not being made holy again out of our own deserving. God is doing this because we made God look bad. So God sends us into an exile of our own making, and we respond by trying to dig ourselves out. We maintain the idolatrous idea that if we got ourselves into this mess, we can get ourselves out. So our response is to do the same thing again. We haven't learned. We only barely remember that this is what got us into this mess in the first place. So our continued attempt at self-mastery in exile continues to profane God's holy name, just as it did when we were in Israel. Something's got to change. And we have proven ourselves unwilling or unable to do it. So God promises a new beginning for us, for his name's sake. The language of this text is full of rich imagery of restoration and rebirth, but it is not for our sake that the restoration and rebirth occurs. It is not for our sake that we are given wealth and talents or called to this holy task. God is doing these things so that all the world will know that the Lord is God. Because when we seek to make ourselves look good, we have fooled ourselves into thinking that we are our